Alright, okay, so we're gonna be reacting to scary stories animated, and then hold on, I got my own stream up. My fault, guys. Okay, so we're gonna be reacting to scary stories animated, and yeah, that's it. Let's get started up with. Alright, let's get it. What we got first.
I love Popeyes, or I did, until my last visit ruined it for me forever. Thinking about it still makes me sick, but I
Okay.
will suffer through retelling this memory one more time. I used to eat at Popeyes probably 3 or 4 times a week. There's a location just down the road
Yeah,
from me,
it's
making
crazy
it
for
very
Popeyes, I ain't
convenient.
gonna lie.
It had been a long day. I was stuck
I
late at
wouldn't eat
work
there
for
for
2 entire
3 4 days.
hours. I didn't even have time to eat
It's
much
crazy.
during my lunch break, so I was starving. As late
Right.
as it was, I knew there was no chance I'd be able to cook dinner. Since I was already craving Popeyes, I figured I'd go in
Fiending
and
for
eat.
it.
When I stepped inside, I was greeted by an empty restaurant. No line whatsoever, except there was nobody at the register either.
Bro,
It was
bro, bro,
almost
bro,
like they
bro,
were
bro, bro.
closed, but I simply couldn't have that.
One thing you already know this messed up is something gotta be wrong, because when you go into Popeyes, you don't see nothing but straight people, bro. Like you can't even pull in. There's so many cars. So this the first thing wrong right there. So you already know it's something about to happen. A empty Popeyes line and drive through over with.
I went up to the counter and called for an employee. Maybe in my hunger, I didn't realize that shouting so loud would come off as rude. There's a chance that's where it all went wrong. A few seconds later, a single employee came out from the kitchen. I unfortunately recognized him as someone I had some issues with before. He was a scrawny, greasy little guy.
What the hell is even that?
But he had
Ugh.
that tiny dog syndrome that made him think he was hot shit. He
Oh shit, I got
recognized
the
me
thing
too.
right there,
His
but
rotten smile and wandering eyes violated me without even touching
and
me.
she's still
And
standing
before
right
he
there.
even spoke, I knew where
Would have
his
been
mind
gone.
was going. He had
Would have been
tried
gone.
flirting with me
Gone out the
before,
stove.
but I
It
was
probably wasn't
wholly
nobody there.
unprepared for how bold he would be now that we were alone.
Welcome to Popeyes. How may I take you?
I beg your
I'm
pardon.
very hungry, so can you take my order, please?
How may I take you? Get out. This is how you supposed to get out right now. Just get out.
Of course. A classy lady like you must be wined and dined first. What would you like? I got Hennessy in the back.
I don't drink. I want fried chicken.
Well, you see, we're out of chicken for the night.
What? Then why are you
That's
open?
another thing. That is another thing. You a fried chicken place. You stay out of chicken. We get y'all get a lot of customers with. Y'all should have been ready for this. It's Popeyes. Come on now.
We're not. It's just me. Why do you think everyone else cleared out? Or did you think I reserved this whole restaurant for you?
Oh, that's it. I'm out of here.
Wait, don't scurry off just
You
yet.
trying to get on that
We have
timing.
substitutes.
Let me guess. Impossible chicken?
Actually, we've branched off into other meats. Real meats. I'll let you try some of mine if you just,
Yeah, that brother's starving.
Enough! Stop playing games with me. I'm here for one thing and one thing only. Fried chicken. So either give me a number 4 large or take all your stupid jokes and shove them up your ass.
I had never blown up on a food service worker like that before, though I felt like my Karen moment was fully justified. That guy was always a creepy little deviant, but he crossed the line that night. The rest of the interaction continued in silence. He didn't seem to have anything else to say, but an irritating smirk
about to
remained
spaz.
on his
He's
face.
about to
I figured
spaz.
he was just trying to come up with some other smart-ass innuendos. I was just thinking to myself that there was no way I was going to try ordering anything else from him. After the transaction was finally complete, he went back to make the food. It seemed like he was the only person working
Yeah, he
after
is
all.
not about to
I
make
wondered
no
if he was
regular
going
meat
to
either.
spit in my food or something.
This is
I
crazy. It's
laughed to
over with.
myself, thinking he would probably like it if I spat in his food. Several starving minutes later, the creep returned with my order. I went up to the counter and grabbed it without saying a word or looking him in the eyes. Even
Still
as he
gonna eat it.
stared at me with that disgusting look on his face, he also watched me pour my drink, not moving from that spot. When I sat down with everything, he was still watching me like he had nothing better to do. I flipped him off. Then I took the first long-awaited bite of delicious.
She flipped the dude off. You see how he's staring at her. He put some in that food, and I don't even know why she stayed in the store when she could have left. She could have left. She sat down. She liked this stuff. Type of stuff you
Fried
into?
chicken, but something was wrong. Very wrong. Oh,
I knew it. Got. Let me see what it is. Hold on.
God, it was. I hate it so much. It was hairy and crunchy on the inside.
No.
The first bite cracked something open, and all this rotten sludge came oozing out. It coated the back of my mouth before I could spit it out. But then after I gagged and threw it back up on the table, what I had just been chewing was suddenly staring me in the face. It was the head of a rat. I threw
Worst way. This better than anything else. Or somebody putting up another animal in your food that's not eatable. And he just look at him. Look at him. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, she did flip him off. She should have knew that was coming. Ain't gonna lie, she should have knew that.
up everywhere, trying to get the rat brains out of my mouth. I rinsed it out with Diet Coke, but the taste didn't go away. It just combined when I realized nothing
Well, at least he did give her a diet with a coat.
of my misery. My only other option was to kill that son of a bitch that did this to me. I
Dang.
looked back at the godless creep. He was laughing
Why
his
she going
ass
so
off.
hard
I
for it?
ran
Well,
after
she
him,
did
but the
like
slimy
that.
bastard was too quick. He
she
barricaded
jumped
himself in the office before I could get to him. As a last resort, I gave up and called the police. I took pictures of everything. I wasn't going to let that sicko get away because of a lack of evidence. If I can't pummel him back into the gutter he crawled out of, I'm going to send him to prison and sue him and Popeyes for every possible penny. Not that I'll ever be able to eat my favorite food in the entire world, ever again.
My
First job,
goodness, they
I
biscuits
was
just
terrified
be
when I
so
first started
dry.
there. I had no real-world experience, so the pace and pressure
You can't tell me not one time somebody died by a Popeyes biscuit. It just gets stuck down your throat when you try to swallow it. It's crazy.
of fast food was a complete shock to my system. It took months to get used to it, but I eventually found a rhythm. I could fry the chicken, bake the biscuits, take orders, put them together, and serve them to the customers with a
Oh my
smile.
goodness, why you
My
looking like
manager
this?
especially helped me to
That
get
boy love
confident
his
enough to
job.
do things on my own. However, when a new or stressful situation popped up, I
You another
still
red.
crumbled, always needing to get bailed out. I lacked the skills to improvise and simply couldn't handle how mean some of the customers could be. One night, I was too broken to drive home at all. The shift started out like any other. About 6 hours in, I was manning the drive-thru. It wasn't my favorite position, but I liked it better than being face-to-face with customers at the
worst way.
register. The extra bit of
Working in the night,
distance usually
in
made
night
things
shift.
feel a little easier.
You know you're
It
gonna see
wouldn't
some
help me
crazy
tonight,
stuff.
and my confidence shattered within seconds when he pulled up to the window. I had taken his order a few minutes ago. He got half the combos on the menu and had a nitpicky request for each one. He pulled up alone. As he rolled up, there was a gappy smile on his face, but it disappeared the second we made eye contact. This guy already didn't like me, and I had the pleasure of finding out why.
Hey, your total comes out to...
Where's the girl?
Yeah,
Excuse me? What
Lee.
girl?
The
That
baddie
man
I was
turned
talking
like
to on
this
the
in the
speaker.
car.
Where'd she go?
That man
Sir,
don't like you.
I don't know how to break this to you, but it's kind of a sausage fest back here. You were talking to me.
What? Oh,
Sausage fist
well,
crazy.
I guess the heart wants what it wants. Why don't you put on a wig and a skirt and then I'll paint your face for you?
Sir,
Call me daddy. No! Your total is
What?
$94.75. Huh, you think you're unbreakable. Here, take it. Don't worry, it's real. And there's plenty more where that came from.
All my coworkers heard my outburst, but they didn't hear what that creep had said to me. They just looked at me weird and asked if I was all right. I told them I was fine. In fact, while I was helping to put together his massive order, I had an idea on how to get back at him. I gave him the burnt biscuits that had been sitting out for hours. They were
Man about to
basically bricks,
commit
but I figured he wouldn't
suicide.
notice until he got
Okay.
home and bit into one. I was wrong.
Manslaughter right
With
there.
all his bags ready to go, I returned to the window, trying to keep a straight face.
If you telling me all 5 of them bags is filled with Popeyes biscuits. It's a done deal. His life is gone. Yeah, okay.
I ignored his creepy comments and handed him his food. Then
Nah,
I
he
closed
deserves
the window and walked away, pretending to be busy. 30 seconds later, I walked back, expecting him to be gone, but he was still there, with an angry look on his face. My stomach dropped. He must have looked through his food and found the burnt biscuits. I should have known. He was a Karen. Karens always check their food so they can complain. And now I had to open the window and deal with him all over again.
I'm sorry, sir. Is there something wrong with your order?
You're goddamn right there's something wrong. You useless bastards gave me a bunch of burnt biscuits. How the hell am I supposed to eat this shit? You better
Jump
make
from the
me
car
fresh
to the window?
biscuits right now and do it right this time or I'll split your ass in half. I'll do it. I'm sorry. Just let me go.
I collapsed on the floor right then and there and had a full-blown panic attack. I would have to remake his entire order just to
Yo,
get him to stop
he
being
put
mad.
a lot of burnt
Luckily,
biscuits
my
in it.
manager
It's
saw the whole
wild.
thing
Ain't
go
gonna lie to
down.
you.
The freak only let me go because my manager was rushing over. He even drove away from the window, but people were saying he was still out there. I felt like he was going to come in and kill me. But again, my manager looked me in the eyes and told me everything was going to be fine. He was going to go out there and have a word with the guy. With the way he said it, I believed he was really going out there to fix things. I couldn't bear to watch. All I could do was listen from my little hole under the window, terrified by every sound of their voices.
Why'd you put your hands on my employee? I should call the cops. Stop defending them. They were asking for it. Shut the hell up. Hey, stay back, asshole.
Yeah, you gotta move!
He shot our manager. The second I heard it, I curled up into a ball and hid by
This man is curling up to a ball. Get the running. Get the running. He got a gun.
coward. While
Look,
everyone else
everybody
ran
else
away,
gone.
I knew
He
for
wanna stay
sure
there.
that man was
It's for the
going
plot.
to come
It's for the
inside and
plot.
hunt me down. It would happen any second now. But someone across the street had
Okay.
called the cops.
Okay,
They
police
came
come.
and found the man had already fled. My manager was dead. Nobody had even tried to help him. Ever since then,
You
I
should've went
can't
out
stop
there with
having
him.
panic attacks as I relive this nightmare. Despite the fact the man was arrested, I still can't shake this overwhelming shame and guilt. My manager went out to talk to him on my behalf. My manager died because of me, all because I got mad and gave a customer some burnt biscuits.
He did.
I'd been working all day with my kids waiting at home. I didn't have the energy to cook. My only decent option was to stop and get something for us to eat. Luckily, there was a Popeyes on my way home. To be honest, when I saw the line of cars wrapped around the building, I should have passed Popeyes and tried my luck at something a little less popular, like Burger King. Chicken. So I got in line and waited, inching forward, burning gas, responding to text after text from my daughter asking when I would be home. People were honking, leaning out of their cars to see what the hell was taking so long. It was too late to go inside. The drive-thru was our only option. Finally, when I at least got to where I could place my order, I thought I was making progress, but I started to get the idea of what was happening on the other side of the line.
Okay.
Hello? Are you there? Can you hear me? Hello? Bitch, wait a minute. Oh, sorry.
Dang! You gonna pop it on her like that? Look at her face. My goodness. Oh my goodness. Going back.
Can you
She was
hear me?
happy too.
Hello?
She was happy to get her food.
Bitch, wait a minute. Oh, sorry.
She was happy.
I'm coming, baby. What do you want? Okay, can I get 2
So
family
rude.
meals? 2? Nah, you can go on a diet and get 1. Really? It's for my
Tell
kids.
me what I can buy.
I don't care how many kids you got, ho. I ain't making all that.
She on it. She on it.
Look, I'm sorry. I know you're busy, but I just worked a double and my kids have been waiting for me to bring dinner home all night.
Throwing hands on her.
whatever. Nobody wants the sob story. Just pull up to the window. Okay. So then 2 family meals, right? Stop holding up the line and pull forward. All right, damn.
After being verbally
Now she trying to
abused
get
by
on
the
there. It's
woman
too
working
late.
the
She
drive-thru,
can call
I
you out.
lost
She
all
called your
sympathy
bluff.
for the employees. When I finally turned the last corner and could see the end, I was also able to watch what orders were being handed out. None of them were that big. I know I ordered a lot, but everyone else just had one small bag and a drink. Even more reason to believe this was all due to the incompetence and laziness of the people working inside. I knew if I had their work ethic, I would have been fired 10 times over that same day.
Nah,
But
for
here they
real.
were, wasting my damn time. At last, in spite of everything, I made it to the window. The nasty bitch behind it didn't even say anything to me. She just stuck her hand out, not even looking my direction. But I still slapped my
I
card into her
mean,
hand so
she
I
got
could
a
get my
point.
food. She
Look
swiped
at her
it,
eyes. She
gave it
probably
back to
tired. She
me,
probably
then
work
slammed the
a
window
9
and
to 5,
disappeared
you know?
inside. I had my receipt which showed a
You
charge
had
for
enough.
2 family meals, which alleviated one concern. I just had to wait for my food. It took forever. Almost felt like it took just as long sitting at the window as it did getting through the line. I was so exhausted I think I was about half asleep, when all of a sudden, the window flew open, and they threw the bag into my car. I could smell it, the delicious fried chicken inside. At least they didn't screw that.
I mean, at least he ain't better than what the last video was. This man gave him like 5 bags of burnt Popeyes biscuits, and it's crazy. I mean, that was disrespectful. Of course, he wanted to go out. They fought about that.
But still, something was wrong. The bag was too light. This couldn't be 2 whole
Hold on,
family
let me hold
meals.
that.
I tore the bag open and counted everything. Sure enough, those bitches only gave me 1. Immediately, I turned back to the window and started shouting at them to come back. I knew it was rude,
Now you
but
trying to get
I've
on
been
it.
dealing with their shit for half an hour.
Hello?
An hour?
Get back out here.
Well,
I said 2 family
he
meals.
say they
2?
lying, do
What
be
the hell are
wrong.
you still doing here? You got your food. Now get out of here. You're holding up the line. I'm holding up the line because you didn't give me what I paid for. Huh. Well, now you're gonna get what you deserve.
It happened at lightning speed. She reached out through the window, grabbed me by the hair, then slammed my face down.
She ain't
kept
even
pulling
doing
me out of my
nothing.
car until I was dangling over the pavement. I tried to rip her hands off, but she kept lifting my head up just to slam me down into the windowsill. Again and again, I started screaming for help, begging them to stop. But
Went
she
crazy.
wasn't alone. 2 more women came out, running into the parking lot. They jumped me, pulling me out of my car and throwing me to the
Yo, all of this over some chicken. You get that crazy over Popeye's chicken? Dude, everybody mad. What's going
ground. They
on?
kicked me in the chest, punched me in the face, stomped my head into the wall.
Y'all
all
jumped
while I
her with some
pleaded for
chicken?
mercy.
Y'all don't want to
Every
get her
time
order
I
right?
opened my mouth, they just broke more of my teeth.
Why y'all went
Then,
there?
one of them took a lock of my hair and ripped it straight out of my scalp. I thought I would never make it home to my kids. By the time they were finally pulled off and arrested by the cops, I was half bald, unable to move. So my bones were broken, my organs bruised, my spirit traumatized. I kept thinking, how could they do this? Why me? After days in the hospital, I finally went home. But even 2 years later, I'm still recovering. As it turns out, all 3 women were related.
When
A
she said how
mother
many
and her
years?
daughter still recovering. As it turned, I finally went home. But even 2 years later,
Okay,
I'm
2
still
years.
recovering. As it
Look
turns
like she got all
out,
her hair
all
back.
3 women were related. A mother and her daughter and niece, all thinking they could run the Popeyes kitchen themselves. I hope that trio finds better luck running the prison
Oh yeah, the
cafeteria.
trio is wow. Okay, well guys, there was a scary stories animated Popeyes. Follow, like I said, follow, like subscribe, like hit post notifications if you miss from me, want to support, do help brother out, and yeah, see y'all boys next time.
Yeah.
I got Pokemon for you.
Uh-huh.
You can get some cash for you.
Hey.
Always didn't have to have the food, yeah.
Hey.
Got 100 on these watches, then I do, yeah. I do it every time that I can fool.